try and first split this piece into thirds. It's about 1.5 inches wide on the enamel right at the moment. I am splitting from the bottom to make sure that the base has the correct dimensions for me to work with. So this is the second quarter of the column that I'm splitting. The first splits were done into quarters of the column, and this one I'm going to do into thirds of the piece. So I'll just start here. Just eyeball a third. It's close enough for the moment. Steer it a bit. So with this method, basically gently clamp the strip, and then you tear it. And if it starts to go off one way or the other, you take the wider side and you pull it more than the narrower side, and that will steer the split back towards the line that you want. So I'm just going to pull this one on the left a bit, a little more leverage here to make sure that it does go the way I want. So just adjust it in the vise. That's good. Just pass this node. Pretty straight so far. I'm lucky so far. Okay, so this one is gonna give me a little trouble at the node as it goes through, but it's all been sanded off on the inside anyway. Make it split a little more forgivingly. Just keep going like this. Don't rush. Take your time. Adjust the clamp. Get the piece under control. And now near the end, it's probably okay. I can just pull it. And voila. So I got 1/3 and 2/3. And because of the way that I marked all the strips with a diagonal line on the pith side, I can now put them all back in the original order without having to do any numbers or anything like that. It's just one diagonal line down the inside of the half cone, and that seems to work like a charm. So start this piece here, just clamp it, get started. I'm using a cleaver, so it's not particularly sharp, but it's got a wide heel, and I'm just going to start a crack and then pull it out and tear. Do it by hand and just watch, and do it a little bit at a time. Just watch that it tears in the line that you want, and if it doesn't cooperate, pull on the wider side. Of course, it gets a little more difficult when you get narrower strips. And this technique doesn't work all that well if you flame your enamel, because it makes the cane brittle, and it doesn't necessarily follow a line that you might want to have. So that's how it's done. Just about done. Almost there. If I didn't have these anti-cut gloves on, I'd tell you my hands would be shredded by now. So let's just see here. Let's see if I can illustrate what that is like. Just a moment. So let me just take the camera here and show you what I've done. So there's the cone, and on this side of the picture, this half has been split into 6 strips, and they're all pretty even. Very happy with that, and I'll be probably trying to split some of those in half. And the next I'll go back to these ones and start splitting them. So that's the technique of tearing.